Today we're just going to do a short video on how to dry mushrooms that you've grown at home. Now I've got two examples here. These are both second flushes. I've got white elm and we've also got some speckled chestnut. Now first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove mushrooms from my block, and you can see these are quite nice, they're quite big, and we're going to dry these off and store them for future use. So the first thing we've got here are the chestnut mushrooms, and then I'll just pull the white elm off the block as well. They've come off really well. Now that's one advantage, the way they've come off there, of just growing mushrooms through a slit in the bag rather than using a cross. They're much easier to get off and easier to process. So these chestnut mushrooms, all I'm going to do with these is trim the substrate off the bottom first of all. We don't want to be eating the substrate. Just a little cut, take the substrate off at the bottom, and then to prepare them for dehydration or drying, we're just going to slice them into mushroom shaped halves and put them into the dehydrator. So just zoom the camera in a bit here so you can see how I'm going to cut them. So what I'm aiming for is to get about 1/4 of an inch thick slices. And then we can load them up into the dehydrator. So we want to try and get something like this, nice mushroom shapes. They look better when they're finally dried, but you can still see that they are beautiful mushroom shapes. So I'm just going to get on and cut the rest of these, and then we'll load them into the dehydrator. So once we've got our mushrooms sliced, I'm going to try and lay them all out with some nice air spaces in between them, so the air and the dehydrator can flow around the mushrooms as they're drying. And we're just going to lay them out, not too tightly packed. Once we've got the first tray loaded up, we need a few more there, one more there. I'm going to swap that over for the next layer, and we're just going to pop the rest onto this layer. I think we can get a few more on there. Yep.
Right, so we're going to stack these up, put them one on top of the other, put them onto the dehydrator. Then I'm going to get cleaned up on the table here, then we'll start on the white elm mushrooms. Just going to pull them off the block. Now this block of fruited with just a little slit rather than a cross, a lot easier to get off. And we just cut off the substrate at the bottom, and again we're going to the second one, and we'll just slice off where they were put into the substrate, where they were fruiting at the substrate. Now I'm just going to pull these ones apart, and I like to try and dehydrate these in a whole piece of fruited body. They look nicer when you dehydrate them. Again, just getting rid of the little bits of thick mushroom stem at the bottom, and then we're going to lay them out on the dehydrator. these white elm mushrooms are really nice, very meaty, very nice just to be fried or sauteed in a bit of butter. So we're going to get the dehydrator trays out now, and I'm just going to lay these on. Just take that little bit of thick bit off the bottom. Need to leave a little bit of airflow. Don't pack them on too tightly, otherwise the air won't flow around the mushrooms as they're starting to dry. And talking about dehydration, you can tell when they're completely dry when you actually take them out and crack them apart. There should be a nice crack or snap which shows you that they are dehydrated properly. If they're not dehydrated properly, you obviously leave yourself open to them getting mold on them. So we're going to pop these all on the dehydrator, and I like to do them for about 12 hours, 65 degrees to start off with, and if we just give them a check once we've done them, once they're finished, we can then see if they need to be dehydrated a little bit longer. So 12 hours, 65 degrees. So we're going to leave them and come back when they're finished to see how they look.
Well, we had these dehydrating for 12 hours. I give them a little check. They weren't quite dry enough, so I'll put them on for another 6 hours, and we're just about to turn them off and check what we've got. At the top row, if you remember, were the white beech mushrooms, and what we should be looking for is when they come out of the dehydrator, nice crack, very dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop these into my jar, and to keep them nice and dry during storage, I'm going to pop in some food grade silica gel capsules, silica gel sachets, pop the lid on, and then we'll label them up. And then the other ones, if you remember what we did underneath, were these speckled chestnuts, and they're looking good as well. Now you can see the way we cut them and put them in the jars, still mushroomy shapes. Look very good if you put them in soups and stuff when they're rehydrated. They sort of still look like mushrooms. So we're going to pop all these into, this is just a reused jam jar. Get the rest of them in.
We're going to keep filling the jam jar up until we've got a nice collection of mushrooms. These will keep for quite a long time, as long as we keep them very dry, and that's why we stick in the silica gel capsule. So we put the lid on, and there we go. We've got 2 nice jars of mushrooms, 1 white elm and 1 speckled chestnut. Now if you like the video, please subscribe. I've got lots of other videos on my channel, all aspects of growing mushrooms. So thanks for watching, see you next time.